Good morning. It's Saturday morning and the sun is shining and there's no wind for a little bit. And so I thought I'd show you those things I told you I would. So let's start right here with the beets. So this is what my grow beds look like when I put the beets in the other day. Now, granted, there is one little beet coming up. And in this one, there's a few more. And in this one, there's a whole bunch of bees. Can you see that? I got lots and lots of bees in those today. I don't know what the deal is. I guess they can't find any blossoms. This one's got a few more, but look at this one. Yay! The beet was a success. I don't know if you can see it or not, but on some of these other beds, we've got little teeny tiny ones that are coming up. And so I think it was even a success over here. So we're pretty excited about that. Well, who's we? I'm here. I'm pretty excited about that. All right, so I wanted to get out of that sun. I need to go put some sunscreen on that nose. Yeah, I know, big nose. Anyway, I want to talk to you a little bit about these Nacking cherries. And if you'll see them right here, can you see that? Some people call them Nacking cherries. I've heard people call them a bush cherry. The thing about these, and I've probably got, well, let me show you what kind of bushes I've got. Hold on just one sec. So this is the largest bush that I've got, and I think that we planted this bush probably a couple of years after we moved here, so it might be 10 years old. It didn't produce for the first couple of years, but then it's just gone crazy. You will notice down here on the ground when we had those big winds, it lost quite a bit of it, or quite a bit of cherries, but really they are just loaded. And they are loaded so much. If you see this, it's just sagging, these branches. Now that is one that we put in. It was a little bit, probably a couple of years later. And it's the same thing with those branches too. Look at that branch. It's just loaded. It's just sagging to the ground. And then I've got another one right there. And then I've got 5 more. I know, crazy. But the reason I do it, I've got 5 more out in the orchard. And I think that they will help bring in the bees. The thing I like about these cherries, so what we usually do, if you'll notice, see, I'm going to pick one right here. Now see how small that is? And it's tart. But see how big, oh, maybe you can't. See how big that pit is for how small that fruit is? And so we usually just juice these. Sorry, I got that tart cherry in my mouth and now I can't talk. But anyway, we usually just juice these. And they make really good juice if you like, you know, like a cherry juice or a berry juice, something like that. But when we juice them, then we usually take the stuff and put it together and make jelly. And it makes really, really good jelly, mostly because it's got that tartness of the berry. And when you have to put all that sugar in there to get it to set, it just kind of maintains part of that tartness, which is really good. But a couple of years ago, we were making jelly, and I was using liquid pectin. And I've used liquid pectin before, but sometimes it doesn't set up as well as I think the powder does. But anyway, we were using it, and a whole batch didn't set. And that is such a depressing thought after you spend so much time and then have something not set. But Brienne took a bottle of it home, and they eat a lot of pancakes at their house. And they tried it on the pancakes, and I guess it was marvelous. And so last year, we decided that we would make just some syrup, right? Yeah, well, that's set up. So we do have syrup, we do have jelly. The thing about these is that they're so small that it would take so much work to get that pit out of there so that you would have the fruit to make a preserve or a jam. But the jelly is really good. But if you live close to me, you know me, and a lot of you do. And if you would like to come and pick some cherries, I won't pick them for you, but bring your buckets, bring some help, and I'll pick some while you pick some, right? And like I said, they're really good. And maybe this isn't the best weekend because we're coming up on the 4th of July, but they're ready. And if we wait too much longer, the birds are going to get to them, and I just don't want that to happen. So send me a message on Facebook, drop me a line here on this video, whatever, and let's make arrangements to get you some of these cherries. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about these peppers. Now, when I put the peppers out, they were in the greenhouse and they were getting pretty lanky. I knew they needed to get out here in the garden. And so I put them out here. Everything went really good. And then we had some 90-degree weather. Well, peppers don't do really well initially in that 90-degree weather, but they will do as soon as they're established. But the problem is that they went through a little bit of a transplant shock. And when they did that, they looked really bad. And so I'm going to kind of show you what they've recovered and what we're going to do to top them off. So if you look at that plant right there, see, it's getting ready to start setting fruit. And I don't want it to set fruit yet because I want this plant to get really bushy. And so we're going to take off maybe the top, I don't know, probably 2 inches or something. But we're going to leave all of these bottom things. So I'm going to take these wonderful little shears or clippers I've got, and I'm just going to go over there. And I want you to use something sharp when you do this. Oh no! So now that's going to look a little scary, but I promise you that after probably a week, it will be big and bushy and it'll make all the difference in the world. Now I'm going to do that to all of my pepper plants. Some of the smaller ones I might wait a couple more days, but it's the 1st of July, and so almost the 1st of July. And so I think that we need to get busy and we need to get these peppers so that they're started growing. I can see right over there that I've got some yellow peppers that have already started. Dang, I hate to cut off plants when they've got fruit on them, but it is what it is. So I don't know if you can hear or not, but today I've got patriotic music going. It's almost the 4th of July, and I am so proud to be a citizen of this land and to live in a free land. And I had some great examples growing up about what it took to be patriotic. My Grandpa Charlie was in World War I, and I never got to know my Grandpa Charlie. But what I hear about him is that he served with honor. And my Grandpa Madsen, he couldn't serve because of a physical problem during World War II, but he did what he could for the war effort here at home. My dad was in the Air Force during Korea. I'm so proud to be his daughter. And he taught me from the time I was really small that you loved your country and you did what you could to make it the best place. I had uncles that served, and I'm proud of them and their example. Mostly I'm proud of my grandmas, my Mappy and my Grandma Madsen. They both instilled in me how important it was to be a part of this country and how important it was to vote and how important it was to be proud of the people you are. But mostly I'm really happy that my mom set such a great example. I remember that when I was, I don't know how little I was, pretty little, we started on Memorial Day, we would take the poppies and the flags and we would put them on the veterans' graves. And she taught me to have respect for the men that had sacrificed their time and sometimes had sacrificed their life in the service of their country. And this 4th of July, I hope you guys are being appreciative of what you have. I hope that you are able to look at where you live and know what it has taken and how many people had to sacrifice it for us to be here. And that we are free. And that is the best thing possible. So this weekend, you'll probably hear lots of patriotic music because I intend on planting a lot of things I haven't planted before. I'm also going to start putting in that water line. And so those of you that are interested in that, let's start learning together. I think I've been back to the store like 5 times to make sure I have all the fittings. It's crazy. I've never done a pipeline by myself, but we'll see how it goes. Thanks for listening today. Thanks for enjoying the blue sky with me. And I hope that you're having a great weekend before the 4th of July. I hope you're getting ready. If you're going to go camping, if you're going to be down to the parade, if you're going to be flying your flag, do it with honor. Do it with excitement. And we'll talk to you pretty soon. Bye.